Hello, 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 hello. It's Sunday afternoon, and yeah, I'm back in San Diego. So thought I would do just a quick live and say hello. Uh, I don't think anyone's here, so I'll just wait. I know it's earlier. It's way, way earlier than I usually am here. So I'm gonna sit there like that, and I will be patient to see if anyone comes in this early, which is fine. I was in the mountains, so I'm just gonna wait and see if anyone shows up. Hello, somebody is here. Hi, whoever you are. It's nice to see you. I am back from the mountains, and I am back in San Diego. Got home about midday. MHMD. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. How are you? Yeah, I got home about I don't know, 2 hours ago. Grabbed a shower, relaxed, and thought I would just jump on here for a hot minute. Hi, Pete. How are you? Nice to have you here. Yeah, hi everyone. It's Sunday afternoon and it's Father's Day, so hey, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope you got lots of praise and accolades today. Calm Rum said, "Hi, I'm sick. They say I have a myocardial infarction." Oh my gosh, MHMD. That's your heart. Isn't that, did you have a heart attack? Oh, it's not my business. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I hope you will be okay. I really do. That's awful to hear that. Um, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not sure what a myocardial infarction is. I thought it was like a heart attack. Has something to do with the heart, right? Um, but I hope you will be okay, MHMD, for sure. I absolutely hope you will be okay. You know? Yeah. I don't I don't know what to tell you beyond that. All the little hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I don't understand some of that stuff. I'm here, just waiting, just kind of waiting for maybe, you know, a little energy to pop in the room. Little hellozies. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Oh, well, you're welcome, MHMD. You mean a lot to me, and I mean that sincerely. I want you to be okay. I absolutely want you to be okay. And it makes me sad to hear that you're sick. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I think, yeah. Hi. Hi, everyone. How are you? Good to see you. Hi. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's nice to have everyone here. People are showing up little by little. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Augustine, how are you doing? From England. Dougie. Hi, Dougie. Welcome. Welcome, England. Welcome, England. Let's love the little heart. Somebody told me I was acting like a 20-year-old the other day because I did the little heart thing, right? I don't know what the heck I did. I was just being mean. They're like, you're acting like a 20-year-old. I'm like, "Eh, see this middle? There's that. And there are people here. I have lines. Okay, great. See, yes, yes, yes. I do have many lines on my neck. I am an old person. I am an old, old person. That scares you. You know, run away. It's okay. It's okay. You can run away. I'm not afraid of you running away. Someone else will be running right back in right after you. That's a horrible thing to say. But really, if you're going to say something like that, that's it was just, it was mean. It was weird. It was mean. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I know. South Korea. I love South Korea. What's the secret to stay looking good? Lots of love. Lots of love. Keep loving your heart. I don't know. What should I say? Good, clean living? I can't. I can't really say that in a in a really sincere way. It makes me laugh. Oh, my brain too. I tell you, I'm just glad you're here. Uh, I haven't seen you all in a while. It's been a couple days, anyways, and it was late at night. Shouldn't have done that. Gotta be careful with those late night streams and like I have a very competitive nature, so I have to be kind of careful with that. Uh, there were people on Friday night later, like 3 or 4 hours in. Well, we had done a stream. My stream broke down and cut off because I was out of town, and yeah, there was stuff back from the cabin. Lots of love. Yes, yes, I am. I'm back in San Diego. Yes, I'm single. How's the weather at the cabin? It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. But at about what time? I don't know, around 10 today. Actually, my sister sent me a text and she said she was at this festival that's something we usually do together. She was at this thing today. This morning at like 10 o'clock, she's like, yeah, I'm at the such and such. I'm like, are you? She's like, yeah, I'm doing all, and she described all the things we usually do together. And I was like, oh, you didn't even ask me to go with you. You didn't even tell me you were going until you were already, and she's already there and she's telling me she's there. It's like, okay, okay, okay. Sisters be sistering. That's all I'm saying. Sisters be sistering. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna turn the fan on, okay? Hold on. There we are. There we are. There we are. There we are. Yeah. So that happened, and I was still out of town in the mountains. I had to turn the fan on. It's warm in here. Um, I was in the mountains, and so at like 10:15, I was just sitting there and I'm having coffee and reading her message, and I'm like, that's really messed up. So I like in a fury, I packed it up, closed it down, locked it up, and like hightailed it back. I tailed it back home, and still, I had sent her a message saying, I would love to be there with you, and still nothing, like zero all afternoon. So, sisters be sistering. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, sisters be sistering, I guess. I love your beautiful feet, Walter. Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. David, I guess I missed stuff, but hope you have a good weekend. I had a good week. I just got here, just just within the last few minutes, got here, and I was sort of talking about how I was up this morning at, I was up at like 6:30 or 7, but um at like 10, I got a text from my sister who said she was at this thing that we usually, an annual thing that we usually do every year together. And I thought it was canceled this year. I didn't know about it. And she said, yeah, I'm there. And I was like, I wish I was there with you. I wish I was there with you. I told her. No response. I packed up I was in the mountains, packed up everything, locked up, drove home, drove, almost 2.5, 3 hours. Oh, it was over 3 hours. It's like 3.5 hours. Get all the way home by like 2. And so it must have been earlier when I got her text. I don't even know. I just know when I got the text, I was like, I gotta go home. And came all the way home. And no, 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 she didn't respond. So I'm just saying, sisters be sistering. And I have to just accept it. You know, she's going to be that way. Then here we go. Then I'm here. I got you guys, right? Don't I always? Baby, hi. Honorary. Hi, how are you? United. Come on. Thank you. Hello, dear Brazil. From Brazil. Hello, Brazil. Hello, Brazil in the house. Nice to have you all here. I am glad to have you all here. I don't know. I think I missed a bunch there. Elijah, Justin Walker, Shigaya, Waltron. Um, oh, I see. Okay. You didn't go live last night. No, no. Well, I didn't because I had done, well, you were there on Friday, right? So I had done a very long live early in the evening. Then I did a live like mid to late evening for me. And then we got into that competition thing, and I did one that wound up being after midnight. And so I was like, okay, I think that people need a break from me for a hot minute. Super cool necklace. Thank you. That's from Hawaii. I have a whole bunch of interesting necklaces, but thank you, Kanam. I think I said your name right, Kanam. Kanam? Kanam. Thank you. Yeah, it's why it's not expensive. It's just little silly little like pieces of wood that are carved. This one is in the shape of a hook. Like I'm thinking like a fishing hook, like I'm gonna catch a fish. And off we go. Thank you. Yeah, you know. So I got home, uh, took a shower, because it's always better to take a shower here. It's always easier. You know what's really nice about taking a shower in the mountains is The water up there is it's soft water, which I don't know if that makes sense, but and in the city it's hard water, which means they put a lot more chemicals in it. A lot more chemicals. So they had the NASCAR race there today in Coronado. Really? I don't I was in probably maybe in California, but not in Coronado. I don't think there's any place. I know there's no place in Coronado. Well, you could be right. My brother just got back from Hawaii and he said everything is expensive. Yeah, probably. Probably United age. I'm like 60, so yeah, there's that. Um, why, things are expensive. I'm in California. Yes, things are expensive here. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. It's hard to get soap off with soft water. Is that the case? I'm not really sure. I mean, I take showers up there. I didn't this morning because I decided I was like earlier in the morning. It was like, I don't know, 9 or 9:30 or I thought it was 10, but now I'm thinking back on it. It must have been like 9 or 9:30. I like just decided to pack up. Which I can do in like 45 minutes, pack up and like be heading out. And I didn't take a shower. I figured by the time I got home, it was hot and I would be hot and it would feel good. So when I got home, I took a shower here. But the water is hard here, which can make what? It can, I guess there's just more chemicals in it. It's not as good for your skin. It's not as good for your hair. It's whatever. But my hair is still soft. My hair is still soft. I think it's still soft. I think it's still good. So, wow, you look amazing. Thank you, United. Kind of, you look phenomenal for 60. Would have guessed younger. Well, maybe not in person. Maybe not in person. Maybe it's the lighting. But thank you. Thank you. I'll just say thank you. Maybe the Cali sun. Well, the Cali sun makes you gotta be careful with that. Although I am being lit by the Cali sun, the lighting that's on me is from the sun. That's light out the window, like I can go like this, and you can see the shadow, right? Right? Because that's sun from out there. Antonio, hello. Ton bait. Good evening, George. Jorge or George. Hello. Good evening. Nice to see you. Just feeling calm. Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. I've seen you in multiple streams. You're stunning. Elijah Pac-Man. I remember your name. Thank you. That's very kind of you. It's my favorite thing to do. Usually it's like go up to the mountains, and then I have fun up there, and I enjoy it up there. I go for a hike. Yesterday I went for a great long hike, and then today I come back to San Diego, which is at the beach. So I have a balance. Things that I love to do is go between the balance of the beach and then the mountains, and I go back and forth to, for me, get the best of both worlds. You know, I'm captain and the ocean, like Captain and Tennille, maybe, right? Not a beach girl. Well, I live at the beach. Yeah, I, uh, yeah, I live like a half a mile from the beach. So, yeah, I mean, can I? You're like, "I both." I have both. Yeah, I have the beach and I have the mountains. So I like I love both, and I am lucky enough to have both. You know, I am lucky enough to have I mean, I work here in San Diego, so um I live with the great ocean as the backdrop to my life, and it's beautiful. And then I on the weekends, if I want to escape, I don't do it every weekend, and I'm not going to. I don't do it every weekend. Uh, so, and I'm gonna make that really, really clear because there were some people who were sending me messages that were a little intimidating. So I'm not gonna actually tell when, and where I'm going. I saw a video today where a guy built a little hut from a big plastic tank up in the mountains. Holy moly, Georgie. Hi, how are you? Antonio, lie down on the sofa. Thank you, George. That's a different. Wait, there's Antonio and there's Georgie. Antonio is the one that's saying, mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go. But why? Why? Because honestly, if I lie down, it won't be that interesting. I guarantee you, it won't be that interesting. Oh, yeah. Why taking glasses off all the time? I take my glasses off. Here's the thing about taking my glasses off is that then I can't see. I can't see anything. I don't wear makeup. No, 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 no. So you're not gonna see like fake eyelashes and stuff like that. But I keep I keep the glasses on so I can kind of see what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then the next person, I don't know. Ken, I'm gonna rinse off road vehicles. You should try out in Cali. Probably so much fun to drive on a beach. Oh, well, yeah, I bet it would be. Um, you're allowed to drive off-road vehicles in California in the desert, but you're not allowed to drive off-road vehicles on the beach. Yeah, it's for people, pedestrians, the walking people. Like if you're gonna drive an off-road vehicle, people take them out to the desert. And what a lot of people don't know is that California is predominantly a desert. It's huge. You could be at the desert from the beach to the desert in 45 minutes to an hour. And it's massive. We are adjacent to Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, where there's a lot of nothing out in those states. There's a lot of just desert and rocks and cactus and desert and rocks and cactus. And that's where people go to off road, do the off roading. There's a lot of that goes on out in the desert. And the soil is probably the same as, maybe not exactly the same, but similar to that at the beach. So, yeah, the beach is just for like people and people doing beach things, like going in the water and stuff like that. But there's usually too many people at the beach. You don't want a motor vehicle on there. The only people with motor vehicles on the beach are the lifeguards. Yeah. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. You're so nice. You guys are so nice. It's kind of quiet. Is that because it is Sunday? It's Sunday. We're just gonna sit quietly then. We're just gonna sit quietly. And, you know, Joaquin, howdy there. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Okay. Can I do a 360? Michael Wheeler. Hi, Michael Wheeler. Yeah, I can. Matt Shaughnessy, I had family in Needles and Blythe. I lived in California back in the 90s. Oh, nice. Nice, Matt. That's north of here. That's like more central California. Needles and Blythe and yeah, Modesto and Bakersfield, places like that. Yeah, that's like central California. And that's a lot of desert. I'll tell you, Needles and Blythe, I mean, we're talking, and Bakersfield and Modesto, a lot of desert. That's like desert, and that's Central California. Even the coastal stuff, it's lovely. But when you go inland, it's definitely um it's desert. So, that's where you can take your off-road vehicles, I guess, you know? Wheeler, Wheeler. Is that the same Wheeler or is that a different Wheeler, David? Near Arizona, kinda. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. See, that's like heavy desert, right, Matt? Yeah. It is. It is heavy desert out there for sure. How did he pass? I don't, you know what? Unfortunately, you bring up the World Cup. I haven't been watching it, so uh, I'm not sure. Blythe is all desert, same as Needles. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. California has a lot of desert, and people who have never been here, I think, are unaware that California is an enormous. It's a huge, huge, huge state, and a huge amount of it is desert. So, and it's extremely hot. When you see pictures of California, people just think it's just this beautiful little coastline, which is just the edge. Like if this was California, it's just the edge. That's the coastline. The rest of it is desert. It uh, and people are like, ah, Jason Stillwell. Oh, hello there. It's all good, Jason. Good to have you here. I know. I did not know whether I would be here or not, but I wound up coming back from the mountains, um, and uh, getting back here and earlier than expected. Usually on Sundays, if I'm in the mountains, I will stay up there until the evening and then come home at like 5 o'clock, where I wouldn't get actually home until like after 8, like 9 o'clock. I just come home, take a shower, and go to bed. Pretty much to start for Monday morning. I actually, I had a couple things happen. There were two things that happened. One thing was my sister called me at like 9 o'clock this morning, and she was at this thing that we usually go to together every year. And she didn't even tell me. I didn't even realize she was going to go to it, and she didn't. And so it was a little snarky. So I wanted to come back to see if I could try to meet her there. Didn't happen. Second thing was that somebody was kind of doxing me and sending me weird messages about they knew where I was, and it was making me uncomfortable and nervous. So I just decided, you know what? I'm and that started last night. that was probably one of the reasons I did do a live last night. I was kind of nervous about that, and thought, "Well, maybe I'm just gonna lay low and not worry about it. I don't need somebody coming in on me, come on now, I'm nice. I don't need some kooky doing that to me. Hi, Cha-Cha, happy Sunday. Husafel, hi, how are you? How are you? I know I did not put up a short today, and I'm sorry for that. This week, I'm gonna spend some good time working on my shorts, but I didn't do anything today because my whole day turned kind of chaotic. I left the mountains, came home early, and the beach was just a hot mess madness. I took a quick drive by thinking, well, I'll run down to the beach and I'll do it. I was like, oh my gosh, it was just lines and lines of cars because it's been hot. And so everyone from inland, the deserts, right, that we were talking about, everyone's been coming in. Uh, Hopefully not too many married dads are here. Well, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, whether you're married or not. I wish you happy Father's Day. Uh, I wish I wish you have a good day and that your children reach out and do that kind of thing. Were they as weird as my messages? No, no, this was like something really kind of sketchy, scary, Jason and David. It was like somebody got weird with me, and I just thought, okay, we're just gonna sort of back off and just let hopefully that whoever that person was, their energy would just sort of die down and go away. Um, but I didn't want to be any more visible on live stream for that's one of the reasons I didn't go live last night. I just kind of was like, I was a little scared. Gonna admit it. I was a little scared. Justin Walker, thank you. Oh my god. Clown. Uh okay. Jason, short shorts or regular shorts? Do I usually wear? You know what? When I was younger, I would wear short shorts, but at my age, I just wear regular shorts, like halfway down the thigh, right? Like here's my knee, here's my hip, like halfway down the thigh. I wear, because it's sort of like age appropriate shorts, age appropriate. Nobody wants to see someone of my age hot to handle. Hi, how are you? Yeah, hot to handle. How are you? Good to have you here. I don't know what clown means. I don't know what you're saying clown about. Like, you calling me a clown or uh, don't love that. Don't love that. Can I just say? I don't know. But it's Sunday. It is Father's Day. I did have a long drive today. Um, and it's kind of nice to be home. And it's still light. All the sunlight is still coming in here. Um, so I'm still awake. I'm so glad to be here. I'm still glad to be awake. Jason, now you said you were going to work on your shorts, so I was asking short shorts or regular shorts as a joke. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Yeah, see, that's the weird thing about like just little notes like that, or even like texting. It's very easy to confuse like what somebody's intention or their thought is, what they're talking about. Yeah, this week, yeah, I'm gonna I don't know. We'll see how busy my week is. My week, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's we're getting to be the end of the month. Which day is which day is July 1st? It's like Wednesday next week because 4th of July is, I think, on Saturday next. Wait, I have to look at my calendar, but I think 4th of July falls on Saturday. Today is, but it's not this Saturday, it's a week Saturday. So it's like almost 2 weeks. Um, I had in Florida, you look great. Thank you, Santiago. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Matt, been to 32 states myself, Montana and Deadwood, South Dakota. Ooh, that sounds, yeah, I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Matt. I am because like my dream, like bucket list type stuff, right? Is to I have driven across the country. I live in San Diego. I grew up in Southern California. Spent a lot of time here. I have traveled around the world, good amount. Now, my goal in the bucket list is to drive around the states that I haven't been to yet and specifically go to the national parks that I haven't been to and that I would like to see because I love nature and that's what my short videos are about, which are totally different than this. My live streams are just to get to know my people, right? I want my tribe, I want my people. But my short videos are just that's how I started this channel was just doing short videos about nature with rock and roll in them. But yeah, yeah. Not next Sunday is June 28th, which is your birthday. Jason, your birthday is next Sunday. We're gonna have to have a little birthday party for you. Somebody said bye bye. Oh Murray. Oh, hi, oh Murray. Out of the 25 states, Tennessee is the most beautiful. I love the rolling hills. Really? You very good. Thank you. Uh, uh, I have not been to Tennessee, so don't know. Don't know. Cat, I am from Brazil. Good night, love. Luis. Hi, Luis. Welcome from Brazil. Good night, my friend. Matt, have you been to Boston? I love it here. Great Science Museum, Anagram. I have not been. I've been Boston. I have not been to Boston. I've been to New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and where did we drive when I was out visiting? If I can't remember, then I guess I wasn't there. I thought you said bucket list. My bucket list is yeah. Well, I have that too. I have a bucket list, and then I have a F F it list. Oh, that just keeps growing. You just keep stuffing stuff in there, and that's funny. No, bucket. You've heard of a bucket list. No, but I want to drive around the country, and which I'm hoping like within at least I can start taking smaller trips in like within a year or so. I could take one little trip. I don't have to do the big huge thing. Let's start. I'll do one trip, and and then I'll come back. I'll work as much as I need to work, and then I can take another trip. Just like a long weekend or a weekend or a long weekend, right? 2, 3 days, and then come back home, work. And then at some point, I might be able to I don't know if I'll ever be able to retire, but you know, there's that hope, there's that dream. New Jersey is awful. I had a bad experience with a woman I did. Oh, I was in Matt. Bad experience with a woman. Yeah, you know what? I had a bad experience with a woman there too. She was a friend of mine, and I mean, I could get into the whole story of it, but the only reason I even went to New Jersey was because a girlfriend of mine that I kind of grew up with, she and her husband were living out there. She and her then husband. This was back in the late 90s, and I was actually pregnant with one of my children, and I flew out to visit her, and oh, the whole thing was just a shit show. It was just terrible. It was just we aren't. Well, I'll just leave it at that. We aren't friends anymore. She actually ditched me. I've had more people do that to me, which is kind of I need to look into the psychology of like what's going on here. I'm not I think I let people kind of like doormat me, and then just when I'm not useful anymore, they just discard me. It's awful. It's awful. Amen. How are you, Luis? I'm good, thank you, Luis. Texas and Oklahoma have the most friendly people, in my personal opinion. I've been through Texas, like I've driven across the country from the West Coast to the East Coast and driven through Texas. But see, that was like in the 80s. So, and I don't think I've ever been to Oklahoma, but I've met people in California that are from both Texas and Oklahoma because we have every license plate in the United States here visiting California, either visiting or in the military and like living here for a while or whatever. We have, I mean, you can go out on any given day and see like so many different license plates. I mean, more other license plates almost than California license plate. Yeah, where are you? I'm in California. Turk, I love your smile. Thank you. New Jersey is absolutely bottom tier on the list of states I've been to. I wish I could tell you. I was only there for like a week, and I just had a bad experience because of the friend I was visiting there. She was just horrible to me, took advantage of me. You know, she would go off during the day and tell me to look after her kids, and I'm like, dude, I flew across the country to visit you, and you're having me babysit your kids. She's like, "Well, we're gonna go have some drinks for lunch, and you know you're pregnant, so you can." It was back in the day, right? And good gosh, yeah. So Matt, I don't have great memories of New Jersey, but I don't hold it against New Jersey. I hold it against that person. So, I mean, maybe I get another chance at New Jersey sometime and get to meet some decent people from New Jersey because I don't think that one person, and she actually was from California. So I, I don't know, uh, woke state. I'm in a woke state. Or you think I live in a woke state? That's a very old term. It's kind of 2015 kind of a word. Woke. I don't know. Educated. Yeah, for sure. We are a very educated state. Gayish state. Wow. That's harsh. That's not very nice. What kind of a jerk are you? Seriously. I am Turk, born as a soldier in unstoppable God's army. Well, Turk, it's nice to meet you. It is nice to meet you. You're beautiful. Thank you. It looks cute. Thank you. Platinum player. Granny putting you in your place. Like, well, I'm like, what the hell are people coming in here? Like, just because 'cause I'm from California, they, like, got all these ideas. I think it's somebody who isn't very educated. That's all I can think, whatever. People can Christian, how you doing, little mama? I'm good, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna scoot back down to the catch up with the chat. Sorry, people, if I missed your comment. Um, if it was a question, you can repost it. You're born in EUA. I was born in the United States of America. Nice to meet you too, Turk. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Are you single? I am. Yes. I haven't always been single, but I am currently. But and I was actually thinking about that in the last couple days. I was lying in bed one morning and thinking, like, how long have I been single? Like, when was the last real relationship I was in was probably over 10 years ago. But I have had some not real relationships in the last 10 years. I've had some sort of brief, uh, kind of, as they call them, situationships, where it doesn't really count. I mean, it was there and it went on and on, and there were two, two. One that lasted about a year, one that lasted like 5 years. And, it's just, here's sequel two. You interested in a relationship? Sean Deverick. Um, I suppose I would be. I suppose I would be if it were the right circumstances. I the last few things I thought were real relationships, and it turned out they were situationships. And it's like, oh shoot, what the heck did I do with myself? Last relationship I was on for 8 years from beginning was great. Child rode horses, and she started becoming extremely what? Oh, jealous. Oh, goodness. Well, that's not healthy. You don't need that, my dear Matt. Nobody needs that. Nobody needs jealous. You gotta have um like adults in the room. You gotta have adults in the room where I don't know, at my age, I'm not gonna monkey around with somebody who's gonna be silly. Cases I can't deal with a jealous woman, definitely hate go. Wow. Light recon. David, not David. I don't know what. Your physique is great. Well, thank you. You're probably talking about my boobage, but thank you. You look fine. Nice. A mature man. Well, yeah, Sean, I mean, yeah, somebody who's a grown up. I can't deal with somebody who's got the maturity level of a high schooler or something like that. It's got to be somebody who's gone through a bit of life and has some experience under the belt and knows how to deal with day-to-day stuff and isn't going to get intimidated by life, because life keeps coming, right? Life keeps coming, and we can't I don't want to monkey around with nonsense, right? I need a grown up. I'm grown up. You're a beautiful person. Thank you, Matt. Latino, I love you too. Sean, I'm 57. Good age. That's a good. You're David, 2 hours. Do you have a Spanish man? Oh, do I like Spanish men? Sure. I like all men. I I love men. I love men. And uh, country or language or culture. I think that's, uh, it is what it is. 42 too young for you? I guess it would depend. You know, I don't know. It depends on the person. So someone that's never married is out of the question. Well, David, I no, that's not that's not true. Absolutely not true. Um, I just think somebody needs to have life experience, and because I have a lot of life experience. I have a lot of life experience. I've raised a bunch of kids. I've traveled. I have, had relationships. And I don't know. I just think it's important. Um, it's important to understand the way life works. Let's be a good thing. Intimidated by your beauty. Really? I got all three. Okay. Okay, I need to be careful what I read out loud. I agree 100%. Life experience. Well, for me, um, yeah, Matt, that's what I'm saying about that. What do we got here? 47, 48. I want to get out of the mud city. What's the mud city? I can't remember. 47, 48. What's the mud city? I think you told me this before and I don't remember. Refresh me. Uh, oh, you like this? This was from Hawaii. No, I don't think I should walk down that path. I was gonna say where I got it, but yeah, we'll not go there. If you feel that somebody is hugging you, you're it's probably me. Oh, thank you. That's nice. I flew the nest at 17 years old, got my first home at age 20. Really? Good for you, Matt. That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow. Okay. Oh, I'm getting better at reading the comments before I speak them out loud because some of them should not be read out loud. I mean, they can sit there in the chat and have their own little life or non-life, but I'm not necessarily gonna read it out loud. Yeah, unless it's of use to the chat as a whole, right? As a group, as a whole, then if it's worthy of us sort of talking about, then I will try to read it out loud. I'm trying to like get better at that, right? TMI, probably TMI. That's sort of it's just in the back of my head. My little mini mind is like on, uh, I'm careful. Only say good things. Only say the right things. I can't read some of those out loud, but I'm starting to uh, suspect that this person maybe needs to be timed out. Yep, I don't know what that means, person. We're gonna put you in a timeout for 1 minute. So you will just kind of stop it. I don't know what you're saying in your language, but uh, graduated high school 2002 at Job Corps with CDL license. Oh, commercial driver's license. Is that what you mean? Like for trucks, right? I think that's what CDL means. Jose, like you. Hi, Jose. How are you doing? I remember the day I moved out. My mother was very hesitant, but I took care of her until she passed in 2024. Oh, I'm sorry she passed. But that's good of you to take care of her. Absolutely. You're just too far away from us. You mean like in the camera? Or like literally because I'm on the interweb? What do you mean, David? What do you mean? What do you mean? Matt, yes, truck driver. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought that because in California, CDL is your California driver's license. But I have learned, I watch a guy who, his channel, he's a truck driver. It's a very interesting guy. Um, I mean, his channel is interesting. And he talks about CDL all the time. And I'm like, why is he talking about California driver's license? Oh no, he's referring to commercial driver's license. So I'm understand I'm learning, putting some putting some beans in the can here. 2800. I know, a Sunday Funday show, right? I just thought, you know what? Why not? I did not do a Saturday show. I had every intention of doing a Saturday show, but I already kind of talked about it, that some weird things happened um, after the Friday show. Somebody was kind of being creepy with me. So come a little, yeah, Matt, don't be that way, okay? I'm right here. I'm right here. And I'm a human being. I am a human being. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Sabri, I gave you a little 1 minute timeout because I need you to settle down, please. Settle down, shuttle down, shuttle down. That's it. Just watch with the words and don't go totally into another language because I don't know what it means. And I am responsible for what you say on here. It's a good job. You're basically your own boss on the road. Yeah, I love entrepreneurial stuff. I'm in full support of that. I'm glad I'm sitting bored at them. Are you? Are you? Wait, do you have a big week? A big big roof week? 2000? No, it's just a little hard to hear. I didn't mean it in a naughty way. You can hear me perfectly well. I know you can. I know you can, my friend. I listen to some of the playbacks to make sure my sound is good. This is bad sound. Okay, now you can hear me, right? I know you can hear me. And so please, please don't. I'm not, eh, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night. Wait for me, you're, 1,600 miles away. And Matt, even probably 2,500. Yeah, true that. I know. Happy Father's Day. Yes, happy Father's Day to all of the fathers in the room. Anyone who is a father here, I'm saying happy Father's Day. And I hope you had a good day. And I hope that whoever your children are, wherever they are, that they reached out and said something nice to you today. I know, Matt, right? You're getting me. You get me. There's a peanut. There's a little hamster running around in here, and the hamster runs faster sometimes. So that's my saying. Oh, wait. Sunday off and laundry day. Yes. Yeah, I know. You know, it's funny, 2800. That's exactly. I got home from the mountains today. I left, I don't know, I think it was around 9 or 10 this morning. And I got back in the early afternoon, and that's exactly what I've been doing. Like laundry and took a shower, kind of cleaning up, getting ready for the week ahead, right? I wish your father health and happiness. I wish all the fathers. My father passed away a number of years ago, but he was a wonderful man. Thank you. But I hope all of the other fathers have a wonderful day. You are needed in the world. Yes, happy Father's Day to all the dads. To all the dads. We love you all. Yeah, getting ready. Exactly. I'm just not just Monday. It's like I sort of get myself set for the week, it's like the work week. It's like Sunday afternoon or evening is kind of like, okay, let's get organized because the week for me is like, it is. It's like go, 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 go. And things get kind of so through the weekend, I'll enjoy myself. And then Sunday is sort of like, all right, let's clean this mess up. Actually, Friday, I kind of, before I went to the mountains, no, in the morning, before I went to work, I cleaned up a bit. But anyways, regardless, I still had like laundry and stuff to do today. Still had to do that. Speaking of mountains, I was asking earlier if you missed the question, have you been to Mount Baldy and Big Bear Lake? I have. Yes. I grew up in Los Angeles, and so Mount Baldy was right there, and Big Bear was right there. And Big Bear would be kind of our go-to for snow. And that whole area, Big Bear, Arrowhead, Wrightwood, Mount Baldy, all of those mountains up there. That's where I go when I go up to the mountains. Is that there's all kinds of places up there. I understand. I take it day by day. I just had dinner. Oh, Pan Express. Panic. Yeah, 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 yeah. My, sorry. You know what? Excuse me, after being in the mountains for a couple of days, it's very, very dry up there. And everything is kind of blooming. And I don't really have allergies, but it kind of makes my nose itchy a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. One of my sons, used to love Pan Express, and that was sort of my go-to um, for that kid. And then I would do it for like all the kids on that. Like I would give each kid sort of a night to have. They get to choose if I'm not going to cook at home. Like one night a month, it's this kid, then it's that kid, then it's this kid, then it's that kid, then it's this kid. All 17, 18, 19 of the kids, right? You'll never know. That was my Zen spot. Mount Baldy or Panda Express? Maybe Panda Express in Mount. I don't think there is a Panda Express up in the mountains. No, no, that's a chain place. So it must be like Mount Baldy and Big Bear. Uh, that's my Zen spot. I mean, I love the mountains. Between the mountains and then the beach, I was sort of mentioning this earlier. It's like I feel like I have the best of both worlds because I live, my week during the week and many, 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 many weekends. I am here in San Diego, which is near the beach, and I have access to all kinds of places. Although some of the like lakes and reservoir, I do have to drive like an hour and a half to do drive pretty far to get to some of the places where I do my nature shorts. But and then I on some weekends I may be taking a break from that because of what happened this weekend and make sure that that settles down. The weirdness that happened, I'm extremely allergic to. I don't know if I am. I don't. I've never had that kind of an allergy, like that kind of an allergy. I just know I live at the beach, so it's very humid here. And so I'm used to the humidity and everything being very moist. And when I go up to the mountains, it's just you go up to altitude and it's very dry. And so it's sometimes, I think the dust and everything, it'll make me sneeze and a little bit irritate, but you know, uh, okie dokie. Matt, Big Bear Lake was more my area. I would relax my ball. They would go for hiking and fishing. Yeah, there's a lot of all that up there. And Arrowhead, I think, yeah, I mean, the lake is beautiful. It is beautiful. Jason, how many of your kids choose their favorite place for dinner but required you to stop at DQ for dessert? They, we don't, I'm trying to think, is there even a DQ nearby? I don't think we have a DQ nearby. And on top of that, my kids were, I would keep these things called mochi balls, which are these Japanese ice cream dessert things I would get at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is like just a store that's here. I don't know how many states they have them in, but my kids would love the mochi balls, and I think it was like slightly healthier than just like DQ. We didn't do a lot of fast food. Firstly, I couldn't afford it uh, for so many people. It was just expensive, right? And then secondly, it wasn't particularly healthy. My kids really like to eat healthy, and I do too. I have to go to the loo. Well, there you go, David. I'm actually going to do that in a moment too. Yes, the mountains are refreshing. I have a DQ 7 minutes down the road. Those are oh, mochi balls. Are you talking about that? 2800. And by the way, 2800, I know your name, right? Because you I you sent it to me, right? But I'm still gonna call you 2800 because I'm just trying to be respectful. I used to get their blizzards. I've had them. Actually, they are like when I'm on road trips, like when I go to the mountains or when I go through Los Angeles or I go through Riverside. There's a lot of them in Riverside. They definitely have the DQ. And there are, um, it's weird because I'm trying to think back because um, my kids are now, all of them are adults, right? They're all in their 20s. The youngest one is, well over 21. So, um, and the reason I don't give any specifics about them is because this is not about them. I don't want to like put any of them out there. Um, but it's been a while since we've all like, I don't even know when we've like all done road trip. It's been years and years. Oh, yes, me too. I try to be respectful. Yeah, right, 2800. So, yeah, we're good. We're good. When I was a kid, my grandma used to take us to DQ for lunch, and I would just eat three chili before a cherry to come. Holy moly, grandma was good to you, Jason. Grandma was good to you. You were definitely eating uh three oh, good grief. How do you, and you were able to tolerate you were able to tolerate that? That's some serious like Jason. That's funny. That's funny. I guess as a young person you had an iron stomach that you could put down three cheese dog. It's hard to even say chili cheese dogs. Three of them? Whew. That's that's chowing down. That is chowing down. When I lived in California, I was in Upland, Ontario, Corona, and Rialto area. Yeah, okay, so that's like more Riverside, right? I think it is. Do they still have Wiener Schnitzel? I think so. Um, I've never eaten at a Wiener Schnitzel, and because they had those like hut looking buildings with the big yellow roof rivers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because Upland, Ontario, Corona, Rialto, I know the area that it's all along the 10 freeway. Yeah, all those areas. chili cheese dogs equal Cassie. That's well, and that's just it's very heavy food. Very, very heavy food. But there you go. It was cheap in the 80s. I know. Everything was cheap in the 80s. Dang it. They were only about $1.50, and even though I was only 10, I could pack food. I everything was cheaper then. Everything was cheaper then. And anyways, I am going to take a quick break and go to the loo. I will be right back. I will be right back, right? Okay, I'm back. German hot dogs and bratwurst. My mom used to make that stuff when I was a kid. She would make, what was it called? Sauerkraut, right? And she'd make these big, thick sausages and like heaps of sauerkraut. I could eat the sausage. Good God, I shouldn't even say things like that. But I did not care for the sauerkraut. But sauerkraut is supposed to be really good for you. It's supposed to be like really good for, um, and that maybe that's why like the Germans like their sauerkraut with their sausages because it helps with the digestion. TMI, TMI, Scoshi, Scoshi TMI. Bratwurst with sauerkraut and mustard. Yeah, not my favorite thing. Not my favorite. A lot of people like it. And like I said, I believe the sauerkraut, it's kind of like kimchi. Um, is kimchi is it Korean or is it Japanese? Kimchi, I think. Anyways, it's supposed to be really good for your digestion. Really, really good. Bratwurst sauerkraut, right. Matt, I'm 67% German on my father with 100%. Woof! Well, then I'm sure you like yourself a brat and some sauerkraut, yeah, and a stein. Delicious, right? A little stein of the bubbly brewskis. Because I was a scrawny kid, people thought I wouldn't eat much, so I left it when I finished with it. that was too much, and they looked shocked and confused. Well, that's the way to show them, Jason. You show them, man. Give me 3. Give me 3. And just rub your belly, and go, yeah, see what I can do. See what I can do. Sauerkraut is a probiotic. Yeah, I think that's it's like kimchi, which you get at certain restaurants, and I can't remember which Asian culture it's from, kimchi, but it's the same thing. It's like a pickled and fermented uh thing, but it's supposed to be very good for your digestion, same as a sauerkraut. So probiotic, that makes sense because that helps balance out the belly and all that. We love our bratwurst and Weistenfeiner Hefeweizen. That sounds very German. I can't pronounce it, but yes, is the Weichenfeiner Hefe beer. Oh, that's beer. Okay, I got you. Sauerkraut is just fermented onion. Maybe that's what kimchi is also. It's fermented, but see, that's good. Maybe that's why I didn't like it, because when I was a kid, I didn't really care for onions. They were just a little too strong for me as a kid. I love onions now. And I know, onions and garlic are really, really good for you, right? Really, really. Yep, the beer. Matt's like, yep, the beer. Yes, Germany, Germany. Blah, 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 blah. That's good. Once you have the German beer that I can't pronounce, you won't drink any other. Okay, I love beer, so there you go. German lager is absolutely delicious. Yeah, yeah. I many years ago, many years ago, back in the 80s, story time, story time from Cha Cha. I went, um, I spent I've been to Germany a couple of times, but back in probably I was 82 or 83, 1982 or 1983. I was in Germany, and my cousins, my aunt's parents, she was German. My auntie was German, and her parents were full German, and she was full German, and they were Bavarian and lived in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, which is in the south in Bavaria. It's beautiful. And they were alive back in 1982, I think, when I was there, 83. And I stayed down the street from them in like it's not a hostel, it was more of like a bed and breakfast. You get a room in like a house, you get a room, and there are all these other rooms, and everyone shares a bathroom at the end of the hall. And it's like, I think 1 or 2 people per room. But, anyways, it was down the street from where my auntie's parents lived. And so I rented the room and I was there for 2 weeks. It was awesome. It was awesome. And they would take me hiking and they would take me to the lake. And my auntie's mother spoke no English, spoke very little English, and I spoke no German. So, but we got along. It was awesome. And she would pack a picnic for us, and we would communicate that every day they would come and they would pick me up at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and she would have a picnic basket, and he would drive us off to like a lake, and she and I would just lounge by the lake all day and swim a little bit and have a little lunch, and it was awesome. It was I'll tell you, Germans absolutely know how to I think a lot of European countries know how to relax and enjoy life. And where Americans tend to be a little more like can be a little can be not always can be a little more chaotic. Same with the Italians. They really know how to enjoy their food and their drink and their just lifestyle. They absolutely know that they need to take their time off and enjoy life and just relax. Just, I mean, after lunch every day, everyone would take a nap. When I was in France, in Paris, you keep tugging at your top isn't good for. Yeah, this top is a little bit too small, so I keep tugging on it. Yeah, sorry about that, David. I love cooking. It must be Germany in me. Could be. But everywhere in Europe, um, so many of the places in Europe, after lunch, everyone would take a little siesta, a little nappy after lunch. Like even the people that were had stores and shops, and I don't know if it's still this way. This was back in the early 80s, mind you. So, and that was really nice. It was like, wow, this is like everyone's on vacation all the time. No, Schwanstein Castle was one of my favorite places to visit in Bavaria. New Schwanstein Castle. I would have to look through my pictures, honestly, because that was 10, 20, 30, 40 something years ago for me to know if I went there. They took me to a lot of places, that's for sure. And obviously, you can't miss Oktoberfest. Ah, I was not there in October. Um, so yeah, I didn't experience Oktoberfest. Cut the sleeves up, make it a muscle shirt. Just see it pull. It's because of you know, it should fit me better, but I have to pull the. It just. I know. I maybe I should just get rid of this one. The Germans are very efficient, and the Italians are big time partiers. Oh, I just enjoyed it. It was just people were so nice and just relaxed about everything and that I really liked. And maybe people think that when they come to San Diego because we have a huge tourism economy here. And I mean, it's tourists all the and maybe they think that all San Diegans are just relaxed all the time. Maybe we are. I think I'm pretty relaxed. It's hard to say. Matt, yes, it was extremely efficient. I don't say. Maybe I should change my shirt. Should I gotta change my shirt so it's not bugging me? Cause it's yeah, this shirt is not. It's keeping everything together, sort of. We'll say the Mad King's Castle. King Ludwig II was he built the castle in Bavaria. Oh, David, thank you for that information. The Mad King's Castle. Like mad angry or mad like cuckoo, like cuckoo. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I think at this point we'll just leave this one on for now. And I almost wore a dress, but yeah, it's already 6 o'clock. Um, but I just decided not to. I just decided not to. Thank you though, 2800. I think I'll just stay like this for now. And then I will rethink this shirt altogether. It may just get tossed um in the bin. I know. But I mean I like the way it looks. It just seems to pull at me. But I need to not pull at it. That would be better. I love visiting the Neuschwanstein Castle. Absolutely beautiful. Germany is absolutely beautiful. I bang. I don't know if you heard that. One of my neighbors just like wham. They just slammed something. That's part of living in an apartment building. It's like you hear other people. It's like, "Ooh, hello, are you there?" But I have learned, it's something that was interesting. I was listening to one of the videos that I made up in when I was up in the mountains, and I kept saying, "Can you guys hear the birds?" Because I could hear the birds, but and somebody was trying to Matt was trying to like, "Yeah, get closer to the phone because I can't hear you." I'm like, "No, yes, you can." Because I can be out there with my phone on a tripod like this, like way far away. And when I hear the replay of it, it's like you do not hear the birds at all. It sounds like I am whispering right into the camera. And I might be arm's length. Right now, I'm arm's length from my camera. See? Arm's length. And I know that the sound comes out perfectly clear. And that was even when I was in the mountains and outdoors. When I'm indoors, I know you've got to be able to hear me because it's even quieter than when I'm out in the mountains or sound maybe, I don't know, bouncing around or something like that. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't look like a typical German. I have coal black hair and light blue eyes. The majority of Germans are blonde blue eyes. Yeah, I know a lot of Germans are Hoda. Hi, Hoda. How are you? How are you? Um, I do know Germans tend to be like big build, big sturdy people. And well, Hitler did what he could to keep it a very Aryan culture, and that takes generations to sort of get the darker colors back in, if there's going to be. But I think that back then they wanted it to be all Aryan. That's why, man. That's why there are so many people that look like that. They took away all the people that had dark hair. Mm, mm, mm. Just my opinion, I guess. Is there really an emergency in LA now? What? I have no idea, David. I have no idea. I have been on live for, I don't know, an hour and a half. Are you looking at the news? What what emergency in LA? LA, first of all, Los Angeles. Are you talking about LA, Los Angeles, or are you talking about LA, Louisiana? Because you're in Louisiana, not me. So Cha-Cha is sitting down for a toast, which is she putting on her toast. Great raspberry jam. Oh, none. Are you asking me? Or are you asking other people? None. Maybe butter. But if I had to choose one of those, I would choose raspberry. But I don't put processed sugar on my food. Oh God. I sound so boring, doesn't it? Don't I sound boring? Um, if I were going to, but at this point in my life, I've had to make really big choices in how I eat, and so I will feel good, and my body will feel good, and so I don't eat. Oh, do you hear the banging? You probably don't hear the banging. Somebody is banging. Damn it. Oh my goodness. I did DNA tests, and majority is German and uh Ashkenazi Jew. Matt, I did 23andMe DNA test also. I did it in 2017. And I did it because I was adopted. So a massive fire. Oh, well, that makes sense. I can't. I wonder if I could look it up on this phone. Might be able to look it up on this. Oh, I'd have to turn it on. Have to turn it on. See if it'll come on. Oh, it's coming on. I have a fire app. It's on this phone. I think it's still maybe on my old phone, and I can look it up on the fire app. There's always a fire. There's always a massive fire. So, we'll see. That damn DNA test says everything. Yeah, yeah, it did. That's how I figured out a lot of stuff. It's just a fun question. Oh, about the jelly. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, about the three of the three flavors, I would choose raspberry. Tomcat. Hey, my Sunday's been good. Thank you. Thank you. It's been very good. It's been a busy day. I am back, as you can see. I am not in the mountains anymore. I'm back in San Diego. I did that this morning. Um, fire in LA was a church. Oh, okay. Well, that wouldn't come up on my fire app then. But I'm sorry to hear that. That's awful. That's why I can never live in an apartment. I can either be very quiet or too loud. You know what? It's still totally daylight. See how I can go like this and there's shade on my face, and then I go like that. It's because the sun is still out and I have my blinds closed, but the sun is still blaring in. So it's full blown daylight. It's 6:11 in the evening. So the sun, I have my window cracked like this much, and the sun is like blaring in on my little my little garden of like six potted plants. They're getting their sun for the day. So if people are banging, it's technically not a big deal because it's still daylight and you know, and if I could live, so if I could live uh in a not apartment, I would do that. I could go live in the mountains, quite honestly. I could go live up there. But being what happened this weekend, yeah, no, maybe not. I mean, no, I'm rethinking it. Or I would just have to give up YouTube, I guess. I am good, Tomcat. I am. Thank you for coming in. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm glad you're here. Jason, that's why I can never live. Okay, yeah, I love living near the beach. Yes, it's wonderful. I'm 10 minutes away. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm close also. I mean, it's there. uh, not 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. Well, unless there's a bunch of people or something. But I like living in San Diego and I like living near the beach. So if I have to live in an apartment for the time being, that's what I will do. We had a beautiful sunset tonight. Where? Where, Matt? Where did you have a beautiful sunset? You're on the East Coast? What is you're on the East Coast, right? So what does it set over like the mountains or the landscape or something like that? I go to my balcony every day with this. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. I miss him. Okay. Bill Kurahami. Thank you. Peace be with you. Boston. Okay, Boston. I knew it was East Coast. Sorry, I sometimes it's a lot of uh I know, don't pull the sleeves, don't pull the sleeve. Um, it's a lot of people. I try to keep track of where everyone is, and sometimes it takes me a minute to get it like fully logged into the mental map, right? A little bit, still a little bit like, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, it was. It was a good Sunday for me. I'll say that. Um, I did get back to San Diego kind of earlier than I had expected because I often would maybe just be leaving the mountains about now or maybe an hour ago. So I'd be like on the road right now. But I had those things come up this morning that got me like motivated and on the road earlier and back down to San Diego by what time did I get down here? 2 or 2:30 or something like that. Because I was trying to make it to the Scottish Highland Festival with my sister, but she didn't return my call. Sister doing sistery things, not returning the calls when we were on the Challenger Horizon. Ah, Jason, saying nice things. Saying nice things. What other states have I been to? I've been to a lot of states. My favorite is the state of confusion. No, that's a dumb joke. I know it's a dumb joke. Faisal. Hey, Faisal. How are you? Good to see you. Other states. Okay. Let's see if I can remember them all. I can't remember them all. Quite honestly, I'd have to look at my little mappy. Okay. So I can remember them. I've been to California, Oregon, Washington. I've been to Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, Texas. I did drive through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, um, Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. I might have gone into Vermont, but I'm not positive, so we won't count that one. So I have to look at the map to remember them all. And I have to like mentally go through my like the trips I made and go, okay, which way did we go? We went this way, and then we went this way, and then we went this way. So there's that. Idaho. If I, yeah. I'm good, Faisal. Thank you. I miss you too. I'm glad you're here. Love the mountains, forest, and open land. Me too. Oh yeah. Idaho is beautiful. I'm not sure. I've seen pictures. I'm not positive that I've actually been through, unless it was like I cut through a corner of Idaho, you know what I mean? It's like I might have technically been through it, but I didn't go and see Idaho. But I've seen a lot of pictures, and it is beautiful. Texas and Oklahoma are the longest states to drive. Oh, Texas! Ooh, 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 ooh. The first time I went through Texas, that's how I know I went through Oklahoma. I went through Amarillo. Okay, I was going from California and we drove across the top of Texas because I remember I bought a pair of boots. This was in the 80s in Amarillo, Texas, which is up here in the top little box, right? And went across that way. When I came back, I went like this through Texas 2 days to get through Texas. Holy moly. Those were the longest, most driest, tumbleweediest, boringest driving days and this was back in the '80s, and it may not be so boring now, but it was tumbleweed. It was like, it was very long driving. I did everything I could in my brain to not fall asleep at the wheel. I was born in Oklahoma. Really, where in Oklahoma? Faisal. How are you? I'm good, thank you. You're out, Phillips. Thank you. Don't know how I end up in Massachusetts from Oklahoma. Well, you just did, right? I mean, you were drawn to where you wanted to be. And if you're in Boston, Boston's a very smart town. New Jersey is the official armpit of America, and Bruce Springsteen is the said. Really? I wouldn't look at New Jersey as that. I mean, like I said, I went there. I don't know if you're here when I said I had been to New Jersey back in the late 90s or ish. Um, don't pull my sleeves. Um, and it was a bad experience because the girlfriend that I was visiting, she was just being a butthead to me. So Oklahoma City. Okay. Isn't wait, wait, is there a place called Lawrence? Is that Kansas or is that Oklahoma? I know somebody who had family in Lawrence, but Texas to California was a beautiful ride, especially through the Arizona and Sunset, the Red Rock listings. Yes, there's a lot of beauty in the Southwest. If you're looking at Arizona, New Mexico, some of Nevada, but then you get into like Utah and Colorado, you go into some of that stuff. There's some beautiful like the parks, the parks, right? I put it on YouTube to make the drive easy. Do you drive usually when you go around 2800 or do you fly? I'm thinking you drive around because you're going all over the place. It's super long drive. You like them still in Texas. Yeah. I think the Abzi I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're saying there, my friend. Do you want to move to Charlotte? Charlotte, North Carolina? Is that what you're asking? Um, I think they have a lot of cockroaches there, like the ones that fly. So probably I don't know that I would want to live in North Carolina. It's very like, humid, right? I'm not sure. My uncle would. Why would I want to live there? Are you inviting me to live there? Do I want to? Why would I live? Why? Ed, El Camino, are you still here? I don't know if you're still here. But um yeah, I would if I were ever gonna consider moving to a different location, I would have to try it out first before I could commit to anything. I drive all over. Okay, I figured I can pick by the hour. Right, okay. I get paid by okay, gotcha, 2,800. I see what you're saying. I figured you drove, to do it, because it wouldn't make sense to fly. I mean, because you're probably making so many stops. You need to have. Are you like in rental cars or a company car, or how does that work? Because you're just going, I mean, think about the mileage you must be putting on your vehicle, whether it's a rental or a company car, something like that. It's a lot. It's got to be a lot. I was with mom today. She puts on so much perfume. I just can't be near or I have to hold my nose. It was overwhelming, but I didn't have the heart to tell. You know what happens, David? And this is, I'm not even sure, but I know your mother and my mother are the same age, you know, and their senses. I know my mother, can't speak for your mother, but my mother, all of her senses, like her vision, isn't as good. Her hearing, absolutely not as good. Her sense of smell, not it's like dulled. Her sense of balance, everything is kind of not where it was 5 or 10 or 20 years ago. And I think it could be the reason your mother might have put on a lot of cologne or perfume or something today. It's because she can't smell it. She doesn't smell it, you know? And it's like they can't hear, so they don't, they can't see as well. They don't taste. Also, they can't taste the same, so they tend to over salt or over season their food because all of the senses are dulling. So just saying, you know what I'm saying? So that could be why she put on a lot of perfume. Just saying. That's the way it is with my mom. She doesn't wear perfume or stuff, but I've noticed with her other senses, she is not like her sense of taste. We had a salad last week when I was with her, and she kept having to put more and more stuff on her. I'm like, why are you putting so much more dressing on your salad? She's like, I can't taste it. And mine was perfectly fine, but she kept putting more and more and more on hers because she couldn't taste it. So, well, yay, getting older, right? Uh, I'm going to retire in 8 years. I'm finally where I want to be alive. Oh my gosh, you're lucky, Matt. I hope. I mean, I don't know exactly when I'm going to be able to retire, but boy, I think about it. Boy, I think about it. But I'm not quite there yet, you know. It'll happen. The day will happen, but it's just not there right now. I'm in company truck. Oh, good, 2800. They just bought. Oh, brand new 2025 Ford F-250s. Oh, hot dog. Very nice. And do they give you a gas card? I'm assuming they give you a gas card because if you're doing all this driving, that big old truck has got to eat some gas. So I hope they give you a gas card. I had my 6 months and I already have 35,000 miles on it. Yeah. You're, dang, dang. How many miles a month is that? That's like 6,000 miles a month. Not quite. At least it's more than 5,000. It's 5,000 and something a month. Dang, dude. That that's over 5,000 miles a month you're driving. That's a lot. I gotta be up at 4 a.m. I'm going to get ready to hit the sheets. Matt, I subscribe to the channel. Great talking to you. Great talking with you too, Matt. Glad to have you here. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. And I will see you hopefully at the next live. That would be great to have you part of the group. We've got a nice group of people here, so it's fun. Good night, Matt. Lonnie, baby. How you doing? Lonnie, baby, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I am good. I have been doing good. I appreciate you asking. I can't retire until my car loan, credit card is all paid off. Another 5 years. Yeah, I hear you, David. I hear you. I have like certain things that I have to, well, and I have to make sure I have enough saved, and I don't know if I'm gonna wind up having to live up in the mountain. I mean, that's always my fallback. I can always go live up in the mountains, but I don't know that I want to do that. I love the beach. Yeah, I'm allowed three Phillips a day. How many? Okay, so if you were going over 5,000 miles a month, dude, you're doing like 1,250 miles plus per week. 3 Phillips a day. Holy moly! How fast do you go through tires? That would be my next question. So you would have to get an oil change once a month, at least, I would think, 2,800, like, once a month oil change. How often do you have to get tires, like, rotated and, like, get new tires? If you're out on the like, that's a lot of miles, my friend. People don't realize or don't know how the big United States really oh, I do. I know, but how do you have the hours in the day unless you're going from here to there to here to you would think they would have you going like a little zig and zag like this and like hitting them all in a row because you can only do how many can you do in a day? You about uh I know how big it is because that's I know people don't realize that's why I bring up my little handy dandy map because people are like, well, it's California, and I'm like, this is California. We have 40 million people in our state. This one state. We have more people than any other state, but still, and most of them live along the coast here. And that's 40 million people just in that little area, right? Now look at all of this. It's not that many people throughout because a lot of these middle states, there's not nearly so many people. I mean, like this state probably has like 6 million people, maybe not even that, part timers and stuff. So, yeah, that's how big our state is from here to here. The shortest point, here's a little fun fact for you. The shortest point from the West Coast to the East Coast is from, I think, it's from San Diego, California to Charleston, South Carolina. That's the narrowest, that's the waistline. That's the waistline of our state. All right, enough of that. That was boring. I know nobody wants like statistics and things like that. Hopefully gonna retire at 60. Oh, good for you, 2,800. Lucky, lucky, lucky. But I'm sure you retire by the time you're 70, I would think. Me? Um, I hope. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm 61. So, yeah, I mean, we're dead. Just saying. I mean, if I make it that long, I mean, I don't know like what my state of mind would be by the time I'm 70. I mean, that's a long ways up. It's a safety thing. They don't want us driving more than 12 hours. Well, see, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. There have to be limitations because even if you're going sort of near the speed limit or slightly above the speed limit, you can only it's like commercial trucks, right? They're only allowed to drive so much each day, and then they are required to not be driving, and that's why they have to keep their logs and everything, right? I would think for safety reason, 2,800 it would be similar, right? You are only allowed so much per day, and then it would be dangerous because you're gonna get tired. You're ale, oi, ale. Yeah, definitely a safety thing. I get that. I zigged and zagged my way from Sarasota to Minnesota and had fun doing it. Jason, I zigged and zagged when I drove. I cannot wait to be like I'm gonna put a pin in like approximately a year from now, or at least, okay, next year will be 2027. So like mid 2027 to the end of 2020. that I will be able to, thank you, that I will be able to take, I already kind of take long weekends, right? But I want to be able to start like taking little 3-day weekends or 4-day weekends and seeing more of the national parks that I want to see and do that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, so I'll sort of be easing my way into retirement little bit by little bit, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, Jason, right? The zigging and the zagging. Well, so I'll zig somewhere and then I'll have to zag back maybe and work a bit. But hopefully it will be less and less and less work. I mean, ideally, God, it would be great to be retired by like 65. That would be, I mean, but retirement is sort of a fantasy anyways for me. I want statistics as long as they're not, I've got my little map. I like information. I like, sort of trivia information type stuff. 12% of the population lives in California. I Googled it. That makes sense. That's a lot. That's more than 10% of the people in the United States live in California. That makes sense. I believe you. So we create more money for the United States than all of the other states combined. The United California does. California is the, here's another little tidbit. California is the fourth largest economy in the world. California is, not the United States, California is the fourth largest economy in the world. Think about that. So, yeah. John Figueroa Hernandez, hello. Hi, Wandy. Hey, hey, John. How are you? How are you? How are you? You were England, right? Are you England? Or were you Ireland? England or Ireland? John, help me out here. 2800 South Dakota has a beautiful national park. I got to see the buffalo. Ooh. See, that's the kind of thing I want to go see is I have not been to the Dakotas. I have not been to Montana. I have not been to Idaho. Um, a lot of those upper state. Oh, and I've been also earlier. I don't know who asked me how many states I've been to. I've also been to Illinois because I went to Chicago twice. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. No, I don't like the people. I thought it was fun. It's okay, but yeah, South Dakota. It's definitely on my list of like the bucket list places to go. It's like to see like the buffalo. Oh my god, I bet that was awesome. 2000. Christian, gorgeous little mama. What are some things you'd like to do during the summer? Change the subject on me, are you? Okay. Um, well, let's say we're making a bucket list here. No matter where we went, California is just full of people everywhere. Well, coastally, we have a huge mountain range, right? The the Sierra Nevadas that sort of breaks the state up. And then when you are east of the Sierra Nevadas, not so many people, not so many. So, and like east Southern California, there's a lot of desert and a lot of like nothing. So, yeah, but if you stay coastally, yes, it's just people, because everyone lives like closer to the coast, right? Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, no wonder it's so expensive to live there. uh, Well, it depends on how you wanna live, David. Um, I choose that I wanna live near the coast. So and I live in a cheap, cheap, cheap place here. At some point, Montana has a nice open area where the wild horses roam. Yes, I went okay, I'm changing the subject again. I went back, when was it? When was it? It was like almost 18, 20 years ago. I went to Northern California to, it's like outside of Eureka. And there was, at the time, I had horses. I myself had two horses down here in San Diego, but I flew up there to go to a, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like the Wild Horse Sanctuary. And I spent, I think it was like 5 or 6 days, and you you pay, and the money goes to support the Wild Horse Sanctuary. So I flew up there, rented a car, drove to the Wild Horse Sanctuary, and then they put you on a horse, and you're with like, I don't know, 15 other people, and you ride through this territory that is a wild horse sanctuary. Uh, so awesome. So awesome to see the horse, the wild horses, the wild Mustangs riding through this area, and they are protected on this huge amount of land. I totally loved supporting it and didn't mind paying for it. And then you get to this place that's up by a lake, and everyone has a little like little cabinette that's just like one little room with one little bed and one little toilet, and that's where you sleep overnight, right, for the nights that you're there. And then and there was like a little kitchen with a guy, I thought it was a guy or girl, but somebody would cook. The cook was there that would cook for you. And then during the day, we would take these little horseback riding journeys around through the Wild Horse Sanctuary. It was amazing, amazing, amazing. Deep dish pizza, baby. Oh, is that what we're having? Oh, now we're talking about food. Oh, you're funny, David. Thank you. You're from Chicago. Oh, I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry. I did not. You know what? I thought Chicago was fine. I think it was just the people that I was with. Again, it was kind of like the New Jersey experience I had, where it wasn't the state that I was upset with. It was like the people that I was with were just a-holes. We'll be clean about it. They were just jerks. They were just not kind people. They were just kind of jerky people. And they had all these judgments about me because I was from California and they'd never known anybody from California before, and I must be, somebody who's into orgies and into, eating alfalfa sprouts. And I mean, they all these stupid stereotypes in their head. And I was like, can you pull your head out of your own rear for a second and just have a conversation with me? Ding-a-ling, people. She's probably done that, Jason. Wait, what? Why, I do love pizza. My first job in college was at Chicago Pizza Restaurant or something, and it was deep dish pizza, 2,800. Mount Rushmore is awesome. Wall Drug is a joke, but I could see Cha-Cha jumping on a motorcycle at Sturgis. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I would be down for that if somebody really. She probably said, I have not done that. I mean, I've been on the back of a motorcycle, but not Sturgis. No, I haven't been there. I have not been there. But I was doing work in the Navajo reservation, and they told me that if you capture a wild horse, it's yours to keep. What? Really? That surprises me because usually the reservations are Well, and, you've been around, and I'm sure we have a lot of reservations in California, various Indian reservations, and, they usually are very particular about, like, they don't like white people, um, messing with their area. They want us to go to their casinos and spend our money and buy their gasoline and gamble and throw money all over them. But they don't like if you hit like if you're driving through the res, just on the main highway, if an animal comes across the highway and you might be going 60 or 70 miles an hour, if you hit an animal, you better get the heck out of there. That used to be the way it was. I mean, I did not know that they would let you keep a horse if you caught it. I never heard that. 20, I don't know. Chicagoans are tough. Yeah, they're tough. Yeah, that's true. 20, I mean, that's probably the thing is I'm soft. I'm a I'm a soft-hearted person, and and when I was there, it was probably like I said, like 18-ish years ago, and, well, I'm brown, but I look like right? Right. Um, I guess I mean, yeah, Chicagoans are people that I was with were definitely thick-skinned people, and I just didn't fit into that at all. I guess I am too much of like a California hippie or something. Very possible that that was just the thing. Now, the law is if you hit a cow for and say it's owned by somebody, it's that family's fault that owns the cow and they have to pay for a vehicle to be fixed. Really? I thought it was like the other way. Okay, I was misled then because I was told that, like, if you're driving through a res and if like a horse or a cow, like for instance, yeah, like you make the example of like if a cow is out on the road and you're flying along, you don't even see it, you don't have time to hit the brakes, and like there's the cow on the front of your car and it's dented up your car and you've ended that cow's life or hurt it severely, no doubt. Um, I thought that it was the other way around, where the driver of the car would be in big trouble with whoever owned the cow. They would be like, "What did you do to my cow? Come here. We are going to nail you to the wall." Not sure, but I trust you more what you're saying because the information I got was back in like the 80s. So it maybe I got wrong information or maybe it's changed since then or maybe I just got wrong information, which is highly possible, you know. And you spend your life driving thousands of miles every week. So I trust you. I'm red now. I got too much sun today. Work out in the yard. Oh, with your mom. Yeah, yeah. It was hot today. I mean, I was out, but I wasn't outside. I was in the car driving for like 3.5 hours, and then when I got back here, I came indoors, so I haven't been out in the sun. And here I'm sitting in front of the fan. It's hot. It's hot, and I know people are like getting sunburns. Need to wear a hat. You need to wear a hat. You need to put on some sunscreen. Go take a cold. You need like aloe, aloe vera gel is good for a sunburn. I'm not gonna lie, the res is a scary place because they have their own like that's what I'm saying, Twenty. That's what I'm saying is like you don't really know what what's going on. Years ago, I was driving through a res I don't remember, it was somewhere in the Southwest, Arizona or something like that. We're hauling along, we're on some rest, and but, we're on the main highway, which perfectly fine, and we're driving along, and it's like hot we're out in the middle of nowhere. Looks like there's a dead body on the side of the road, and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, slow down, we gotta go see if this person is okay." And so, we turned around, went back about a quarter mile. Sure enough, it's a man laying face down alongside the highway. There's no vehicle. It's like, what the heck is this? And we were like, is he alive? Is he alive? And we kind of were like, touching him with our foot and stuff. It's like, you don't want to touch something if it's like maybe a crime or something like that. Well, Dudo winds up, we kind of poke at him a bit. He winds up waking up and he sits up and he's just drunk as a skunk and scared the crap out of me. That's all I'm saying. It is scary. And their rules are different and they aren't held accountable for like if they were to enforce some res rule or reservation law and you don't even know that that law exists. That's why I was like concerned about this person on the side of the road. I mean, I chose to, have us turn around and go, I just wanted to check on the person. And when the person was indeed alive, but like out of their head, I was like, all right, good enough, let's go. And we got out of there. And I don't know what happened to that person, but and my concern was like that person clearly was out of their head and might then accuse us of doing something to them when it was just no, just checking their welfare, really. But I was like, all right, get the hell out of here before his buddy comes along and tries to scoop him up and then blames us for blah, 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 who knows. Yeah, their own loss. That's what I'm saying. Yep, 2000. I understand. They said long hair. They thought it was one of them. Oh, really? Well, then you kind of had a little sort of like a little safety net. Maybe. Did you ever get burned so bad that your skin started to peel off? Yes, when I was younger. That happened to you. Oh no, that's no good. Yeah, you know what? Back in the like 70s and 80s, we did not know about wearing sunscreen. We did not know about wearing sunscreen at all. And um, so yeah, we would go out in the sun, we put like baby oil on our skin, our whole body, and either at the beach or by a pool or by something like that. And we just lay there and then you flip over and you put oil on your bag and you just lay there until you just like cooked. I twice got a sunstroke, which you may say, what the heck is a sunstroke? Well, it's what they used to call it back then when you had like heat exhaustion, where you're so dehydrated that, and you've been out in the sun so long that you've just essentially cooked yourself into a point of being sick. And it takes a day or two to recover from it because it's the dehydrate. And back then, back in the 70s and the 80s, we didn't know about like drinking water and, Gatorade or whatever. We didn't know about hydrating. And we were kids, and our parents, back then, did your parents care where you were? Not my parents didn't care where I was. They didn't know what I was doing. They didn't care. They didn't pay any attention to what we were doing. That was just the 70s. Did you ever get oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, they welcomed me with open arms. Really? You're lucky, 2800. That's, lucky you. I, with green eyes and looking as white as can be, No, I don't think I would be welcomed, but I uh, I got so drunk, and when I got out of my truck, I felt totally passed out. My neighbors tried to get me up, but they couldn't, so the police came and got you up and took me to jail. I was home. How could they take you to jail if you were at home? Oh, because you were driving. Maybe it was like a DUI. Your neighbors were not particularly cool for doing that, by the way. They should have just let you sleep in your driveway and wake up. That's not. But my grandparents are the Mexican Indian. Oh, that's cool. You went to the drug tank. David or me? Not me. It sounds like David did. Sounds like David's neighbors were kind of shitty neighbors. Or did you make that up, David? They tried to get you up. They could. Why would they call you? Or why would they call the police if you're in your own yard? Why would they call the freaking police? You know, you made it home. You know, if you're passed out on the driveway or the yard, it's like, I mean, that's not good. That's not being neighborly at all. Just leave them alone. Let them sleep it off, I guess. Especially if you're in the country, you're not in the city. If you're in the city, I don't know, still I'd just leave someone. I mean, I've seen people, but I mean, you see homeless people around here who are just like passed out, and it's like, I don't know, what am I supposed to do about it? And even if you call the police, they're probably not going to come. They're like, they will come and do a welfare check, and but they're not going to haul them away. They're not going to haul anyone away. Um, at my apartment complex, huh? David. I know it's like that's a story. That's a good one, David. I mean, not good, but that's a story. That's a story. That's a good story, but not a good story that like it that it happened to you. That sucks. That sucks that it happened to you. I'm sorry about that. But I guess lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. Lesson learned. We all learn lessons. Sometimes it's the hard way. So often it's the hard way. Sometimes we learn our lessons easier ways, but that's a hard lesson learned, I would think. Yeah, I would think. I would think. I would think. I would think. Not sure. How are we all doing here? Are we still talking? Or are we getting tired? That was a heck of a. We were on a journey there, peeps, weren't we? We were on a journey there. And 2800 is still with us. Who left? Oh, Jason left, right? He had to get up. We had a couple people from the East Coast who got to get up early tomorrow. They got to get up early tomorrow. Well, I got to get up tomorrow, but I'm on the West Coast. It's still sunny out. See the shade? It's like it's still sunny out there. It's 6:58. So it's about 7 o'clock in the PM. I had drunk in the past and I had to drive home with only one eye open. Risky people. Risky people. I tried to break the window out in the drunk tank. I don't think that those are made out of actual glass. Aren't they like plexi? I would think. I would think you wouldn't have been the first person that tried to break the window. And I would think that they would put plexi in there instead of actual glass. Like, I think in prisons, they don't actually have glass in the windows, it's plexi. Does that make sense? I mean, makes sense to me. I mean, I've never been I don't have them in prison, but in my thinker, I'm thinking, why would they do glass? The first person in there would bang the glass, right? So plexi, right? Mm, like double, triple, quadruple thick plexi. I don't know. I tried to break the window out. Yeah, it's plexi. I would think so. I mean, 2800, do you know that? 'Cause you've been there. I'm just guessing that it's got to be some sort of a plastic, non-breakable something that glass wouldn't make sense. Glass would not make sense. Wouldn't make sense at all, right? I have when I was younger. Yeah. Actually, when I was like 16 or 17, I got taken to juvie overnight. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's one of those dumb things. I saw the guys watching just wave their finger back and forth. I knew then to stop. Oh, yeah, yeah, when you're younger. Okay, it's been another hour. It's been another hour and 20, so now I'm gonna take another little loo break. Beep beep break. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We're still talking about prison and drunken Publix. I've learned that if you give the cops respect, they will treat you better. True. I was a street kid when I was going. I always wanted to hang out on the block. Ooh. I have learned also. I got pulled over. The most recent time I got pulled over was maybe 2 years ago, and I broke. Oh, It was the middle of the day, or maybe not middle of the day. It was like maybe early mid-afternoon, and I was going to visit one of my children about a half an hour away. That's how Paula sleeps. And I was at the last like light signal to turn left to get to where my kid was living. And I looked around, I didn't see anyone, and so it was red, and I didn't wait for it to turn green, and it was no one around. I didn't think there was anyone. There's always someone around, damn it. Made the left. Immediately, a dude pulls behind me, pulled me over, and I was just like, "Oh, shoot." And I had my kid on speaker giving me directions because I hadn't been to this apartment before. And so I'm holding my phone, which in California is illegal. It's a hands-free. You cannot hold a phone while you're driving. You can put it on one of those stands on your dashboard, but you cannot. You have to be holding your steering wheel. And I get pulled over, and I'm like, I know I got pulled over. I just got pulled over because I went to a red light. I knew it. And it was really nice young guy comes up, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And I'm sitting there holding my phone still. And my kid just shuts up and is not saying a word because I said, I'm getting pulled over. I'm getting pulled over. They're like, oh, okay, okay. Would you want to hang up? I'm like, no, it's okay. Just hold on. And pull over. Guy walks up, and I'm like, you know what? You know why I pulled you over? And I said, yeah, I do. And I said, I'm going to see my kid who lives just 2 blocks down here, and I've never been here before, and I've got him on the phone. I'm like, I totally confess my second crime, my second crime. I'm confessing it. I'm like, yeah, I've got him on the phone, and he's giving me directions right now. My son doesn't say a word. My kid doesn't say a word. And I'm like, and at that point, I go, okay, I gotta go. I said, text me your address. So I hang up, throw the phone on my dash. And I was like, I am really sorry. And he's like, you know what you just did was really dangerous. And I said, I know, I know. I was just excited to see my kid, and I wasn't paying enough attention. He said, well, this is really, he gave me a little lecture, and I just sat there and nodded my head and said, yes, yes, yes. So I make it say it's because I'm a white person, probably. But I also give a lot of respect to the person. I'm a good boy now. I don't like getting in trouble no more. I know. Cosmo. Hi, Cosmo. How are you? Anyways, you're in Brazil. Welcome, Brazil. Welcome. Anyways, I got up. The guy didn't give me a ticket for the red light or the phone thing, which would have been a double whammy hard. But I was polite. So what you were saying, 2,800, it pays to be nice, I guess. I thought a hands-free zone meant no hands on the steering wheel. Nope. Uh, well, in California, you are not allowed to hold a phone at all while you're driving. It's changed over the years as phones have become more prevalent, and people will text and they will do you can see when people are doing stuff because they're like all over the road, and you can see them looking down, you can see them holding a phone. The wackiest thing is when I see someone driving like a car that says like some insurance company on the side of it, right? A vehicle insurance company will say, and I've seen that, and you can see them holding their phone up, and they're like, and I'm like, but you're the insurance company. Didn't they teach you not to do that? That's what they're gonna ding us for. Cosmo, I'm happy to participate in your live stream. Well, thank you, Cosmo. Come on in. Come on in. We're just hanging out. We've been here for a little bit, but we're having a good time. Women get out tickets more than guys do. Probably. I'm not gonna argue with you on that. I know I was very lucky. I was very lucky because he had a double whammy on me, the red light and the phone. So, and I've been nailed for both of those individually before. So I'm I'm a bad, bad. I'm actually I don't think I'm that bad of a driver for a California driver. Um, get out of tickets more than men do. Probably. Probably, but not but I swear to God, not always. I mean, just because I'm a female doesn't mean I'm gonna get out of a ticket. That scares the crap out of me. What scares the crap out of you? I wish you all the best, okay? Okay, Cosmo. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Have a good day, Cosmo. David, what scares the crap out of you? I like because we've got like oopsie, like three different things going on here. The person from Brazil or getting in trouble with the popo. I mean, getting in trouble with or like hands-free drivers. I mean, people that are texting when they're driving, that now scares the daylights out of me because in California, well, okay, I have a push-pull relationship with Tesla. In California, there are a lot of people who have a lot of money. We have so many Teslas in California on the highway. It's, I mean, I don't know what it would be like to drive through another state because, like, every 10th car in California is a Tesla. Usually the little sedans, right? I don't know what the model or whatever is, but they are everywhere. And those things go fast. If you've never seen a Tesla in action, we have them like coming back from the mountains today. I probably saw at least 50 at, at least. I didn't see any Cybertrucks. Interesting. Interesting. Usually But usually I drive home later in the day, and maybe that's when there are more Cybertrucks on the road, which are Teslas also. But um, the little sedan cars, the little two-door Teslas that are everywhere. I mean, here they are everywhere. And those people like they are not paying for gas. So they're just pedal to the floor. And those things hop, they move. If you've never been in one of those Tesla electric vehicles, I've been in one once. Um, and my cousin was driving it. And she was like, yeah, this thing is awesome to drive. It's her father's car. And my uncle, who lives out by my mother in Palm Desert, he thinks he's engaged to Jennifer Aniston. No, he doesn't drive anymore. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's why the car is there when his daughters come. My cousins come. It's complicated. It's complicated. But we were in the Tesla and she's like, we got on we got on the freeway and she's like, watch this. And she like hits the accelerator and the car just goes and it's silent. It's freaking silent. But the car just like, not like a gas car where you kind of ramp up to the speed. Oh no, it's like as soon as she hits it, it goes boom. It just goes. It just flipping goes. So when I'm driving home from the mountains, and they're like Teslas, like screaming by me, and there are people on motorcycles screaming by me. I don't know where I got. Is that what scared? That's what scares the crap out of me, David. I don't know. I got sidetracked. Bad girl. What you gonna do? When they come? I know, but I'm not driving the Tesla. I have an old car. I have a I have like a 20-year-old car. So although it still goes because it has a big engine, um, but I can't keep up with the Tesla. Hell no. When I see people on the phone driving. Oh yeah, that scares the crap out of me. And the only thing that I feel sort of safe about all of these bazillions of Teslas everywhere is that they I don't know if the driver has to put it into, like, a certain mode of driving, right? But the Teslas will, like, take over the driving ability, and if the Tesla is going to be in a collision, it's supposedly they will avoid the accident. So if and this is the thing that's crazy too, I've seen people, like, in their Tesla sleeping. They put it on auto drive or autopilot or whatever. Swear to God, in the car, hands crossed, head back, car is driving down the highway at, speed limit, whatever it is, 55, 60, 65, just going the speed limit. Person is asleep. I've seen that twice. But but even though, okay, if somebody's actually driving him and they decide to exceed the speed limit, they can override the system. And then they go zipping in between and out. And it's like, I hope the system overrides if they're going to crash into someone else. I have never seen a Tesla on the side of the road with a big fat accident. I mean, I think the battery is in the back. Is it in the back of them? Not trying to think in the Tesla. So the battery's in the back. I say it all the time. Sometimes I honk my horn at them when I'm passing. Right? Oh, you see it all the time when people are on their phones, like texting. Oh, it's awful. That's frightening. That is the most frightening thing. Electrical cars, they're okay, but the battery thing really bothers me because if you use the radio or Bluetooth or GoPro, it drains the battery faster. Really? Okay. And those taxi cars that pick you up. Oh, like a Waymo? I've heard of those, and I've seen them, like, on I've seen them on the internet, right? I think they're called Waymos. I think it's a Japanese thing, but they are, like, self-driving, like, the self-driving vehicles, and there's one guy sleeping in his Tesla was driving by itself. That 2800, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I've seen that 2 times where the person is clearly I don't know how many other times I've passed a Tesla, and I just don't even look. There's so many flippin' Teslas out there that I don't even look at the drivers anymore, you know? But in the early days, maybe 5 or 7 or 8 years ago, in the early days of Tesla, yeah, it was before pandemic because I was driving up. Anyways, I was driving in an area, and I remember it specifically the first time I saw somebody sleeping in their Tesla, and they were alone in the car, and they were like, seriously, head tilted back, mouth open, like sleeping, arms like this. And the car was like on the highway going over 60 miles an hour. And I'm like, holy shit, that person is really trusting. And that was early days of Tesla, right? Yeah, I think the taxi cars, David, are called Waymo. Um, Yeah, I think that's what they're called. They're all over Arizona. Are they 2800? Okay, I believe you. I mean, you seem to have the most road cred of of us here. For all the miles you do. Um, I have never have I ever seen one? I don't think I've ever seen one. I've seen them on the internet, like videos of people like, look at this or look at this or hey, I'm gonna ride in a Waymo today and they order one. They're in big cities. I mean, San Diego is a big city, but I live well, I mean, I suppose there would be Waymos around here. We have Uber and we have, Lyft and the other driving apps. But so I'm sure Waymo exists. I've just never seen it, but I'm not looking for it either. Uh, I don't live in downtown. I don't want to give away my location because I already got kind of in trouble for part of that. That's why I left the mountains early, right? Did I tell you guys that? Were you guys here when I was talking about that? That's why it was there were two reasons I left the mountains early today. And one was because somebody was sending me messages saying, I know where you are, and they would give me certain information. And I was like, oh, damn, that's a little too close for comfort. I don't like that. I think I may need to get out of here. I almost left on Saturday because these messages were coming. Like somebody was like doxing me, and I'm like, ah. I mean, why is somebody doing this to me? I mean, I'm not important. I, I don't have money. I don't have, what are you, what are you gonna do? I don't know. I took a taxi one time, was out in the Navy, and the taxi driver fell asleep at a stoplight. Oh, damn, I've never seen that either. My goodness, David, you've got some stories. They're starting to make the self-driving semi in Texas. What? What? Ew. That's frightening. I hope they don't do that. That's frightening. You didn't talk about that. That might have been before you got on the stream, David. You mean about like somebody like sort of doing a weird stalkery thing? Yeah. I didn't want to dwell on it too much. Uh, I think at this point, I'm so far into this live stream, I think that there's only a couple people here. But yeah, there was somebody that was getting creepy with me. And so I was like, maybe I need to get out of the mountains and go back to the city because in the city here, I could be really, really, really anonymous. And I am in the city, and this apartment looks like every other poor person's apartment in Southern California. So was this person in chat? I don't know. Yeah, no, I know. 2000, I agree. It does suck. Yeah, it totally sucked. Um, but it just teaches me that I need to be careful, be cautious, because this is the internet and people are weird. Some people can really be weird. Ed Z, I need some advice. Ed, well, welcome in. What kind of advice would you like? I don't know if I am the best person to give you advice, but you're welcome to ask, and I will do my best. I didn't see nothing in the chat that night with the email. Eh, No, no. Somebody sent me an email that was a private, and it was just creepy. It was just creepy, creepy. Um, Not either one of you guys, not David, not 20 to 100, not you guys. I'm talking, it was somebody totally new, totally random, somebody that I hadn't recognized from. I didn't recognize the person from the chat. So that initially they didn't say, hey, I'm, you know, David from the chat, or I'm 2800 from the chat. It was like, I know where you are. I'm gonna come and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, ugh. So I was like, okay, well, that's why we gotta just be careful. It's all right. It's okay. Were they emailing you? Yeah. Well, that sucks because you may be afraid now to go back up there. I would maybe stay offline when in the mountains. Well, uh believe me, David, I have uh been thinking deeply about that. Like the last like 24 hours. I was thinking about like, okay, how am I going to do this? Well, the good news is I don't live there full time, right? I live in a more anonymous place here where I just learned that I have to be more careful, be really, really careful. Um, and if I decide to go to the mountains again, I will not announce it in advance, right? Because for somebody to be able to pinpoint me and locate me in a 1 hour stream would be difficult because just getting to that location where I am, for most people is going to take more than an hour, right? So, I mean, yeah, I'm not afraid to go back up there, but um, it makes me reconsider getting a dog or a pew pew, right? People are, I know they are 20, people are just, I tell you. So if we rewatch that chat, will we see who it was? I have no idea because that person does not. No, don't bother rewatching it because I didn't identify it. I watched and I was like, nope, this person did not speak. And in another thing is that unless I say it out loud, with the streams, when you replay them, all you get is my voice. You don't see the written words. Those are all poof, gone. Poof, they're all gone. As soon as the chat ends, all the written words are gone. So the replay of it is only my voice. That's another reason why I'm going to be like more careful about like what I read out loud and what I don't read out loud. So there's all kinds of things I'm still learning about YouTube, you know, and it's okay. I'm not afraid. I know people are nuts. Get a Doberman and a Pew Pew. I know. Well, I don't think I'd want a Doberman. I've had Rottweilers in the past, and I love German Shepherds. So there are breeds I would look into. But you know, for the moment, I'm not going to be going to the mountains anytime soon. Um, at least not, yeah, not immediately. So we're just going to be careful. That's all. Is there someone who knows where is mentioned place before and you said, what? No, no. Isn't there someone who knows where it is? He mentioned the place before and you said, shh, no. Well, I mean, if I said, shh, no, nobody, no one mentioned where she was. No, no, nobody knows where I am. I mean, I hardly know where no, I know where I am. And I know where I am when I'm up there. But no, no, nobody knows. And what I've even shown of the outdoors, I mean, I could delete all of my mountain videos. And I have Rottweiler and a Doberman. Um, I used to have a Rottweiler, but that was in the 90s and early 2000s. Well, she passed away in 2006, 2005, 2006. Yeah. And then I had a boxer after that, which was a wonderful dog, and she passed away in 2016. Uh, Ed V, I'm 58, and wife 65. She lost all interest in intimacy. I love her, but she still have
but still have needs. Is it okay to cheat?
Oh gosh. Well, I think you would need, I mean, I think maybe talk to your wife about that. I'm really, I don't think I'm the right person to ask about cheating on your spouse. I mean, overall, the broad swath answer would be probably not probably beneficial to your marriage. But I think you should go talk to your wife. Uh, that night we were all having fun, joking around. No one said anything stupid. No, I know it was all mods. It's kind of like right now. It's kind of like just us guys talking, right? It's like I foreplay, right? Here, you tell him 2800. You get your wife in the mood. No, I think it's a BS question. I don't think that's a real question. I think that's a BS question, but there you go. But good answer, 2800. Straight up. Well, this person is in the chat. He also said in the chat he was also lived in San Diego. What? I don't recall that at all because I don't, if we're talking about, I don't remember anybody saying they lived in San Diego at all. I do not remember. I pretty clear I would have remembered that. Absolutely. I don't remember that at all. I was up that night trying we were all up trying to win. And either what did my phone die? I'd had a lot of drinks, so I had been drinking. My phone died, or I just got tired and said, I gotta call it. I think I just said I gotta call it. Don't even know. Even after you got up, I still stayed up 2 hours past refreshing the live. Oh, really? To see if I came back. Matter of fact, we're wondering where you went. David, we're all saying that you fell asleep. Me? That David fell asleep, or see, I think for me, if you're asking me, I don't know, 20, I don't know if you're talking to David or to me. I know it was just late. And I was just like kaput. I was just done. So I don't know if my phone died or I just said, okay, I'm out. It was one or the other because I was definitely like, I was kaput for the, I was kaput for the night. Oh my good. Jasonville. Jasonville. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. No. Yeah, David, all the mods were like, where David? That I don't know. That I don't know. David might have gone to sleep. Maybe you went. Did you go to sleep? Ah, who knows? Doesn't matter. It was Friday. Doesn't really matter, right? Oh, it's already 7:30. It was a fun night. It was a fun night. All the mods were like, "Where's it?" Yeah, because it was just us. It was like, and I remember saying, "Okay, it's down to like the just a few of us," and it was like, for me in California, it was like after 1 o'clock. So I know for a lot of you people in other states, it was like 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm the one that's gonna wimp out because it's 1 o'clock. I was drinking tea that night, but I remember everything. I think I remember I don't black out, so uh, it wasn't like that, but I was just getting tired. I'm just not great at staying up, like, super, super late. Um, that was more my my problem. We thought your internet connection went it might have. It might have, and I kept trying, my phone, the battery kept dying, and, I know a couple times David said, "What a" and I was like, "I don't have an extension cord that I can plug from the wall," so all I had was a cord that was like, you know, 3 or 4 feet long, however long a regular phone cord is, right? Actually, since we're talking see, and this is what I have here at home is it's so convenient because I have this, I have this, and my uh, I can just like right now I'm looking at it, I'm down to 25%, so I can just plug it in, plug it in, and I'm fine. But with the I had the power pack wow, the sun's going down. Do you see how it just got dark in here? That's because the sun is going down out there. Um, it's 7:35 PM. But you see how it suddenly it's like starts getting dark? It's like sun went down. Up there, I have that power block and I have a charging cord. But why is that ordered? Oh, shoot, that's pulling it. Hold on. I gotta put my little thing up here. There we go. Um, but with it on the tripod, what was I oh, I couldn't put the cord in the bottom of my phone because it's a cheap tripod. I need to get a better tripod. That's all there is to it. Or bring this thing with me. This is like it clamps onto the edge of this thing, and then there's this thing, this bendable cord thing, and then it has a clamp on it that holds my phone. And so I can put the charger in the bottom and it doesn't affect the stand that's holding it. But I think so my internet connection went down. My internet connection did not go down, but my it's very possible that my battery was dying or it was getting glitchy because I might have if my battery was dying on my phone, I might have gone into the kitchen to plug it into the wall, my phone, and I might have been like too far from the router in that direction, and then it just didn't work. I'll go back and watch your last lives. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, David. I haven't even posted because on Friday I actually did 3 lives. The first one I did was like that one I posted this morning. Um, and then there was another one that was about an hour and a half, I think, or an hour. And I think I ended that one because my battery was again dying on my phone. And while you know, I'm off between the lives, I'm like charging my phone for like an hour in between, like charge, 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 come on, charge, charge, charge. Then I came back on and the last one was like a half an hour. Then you're using code that night, David, so that way no one would bother. It was a great night, one to remember from the history books. It was fun. So, David, those particular lives have not been posted yet from Friday night. Just one of them, which was the first one, which started at like 7 p.m. and went to about 9:30. And my battery died, and so I said, "Okay, we're gonna take a break." So I unplugged it and I charged it. So I was gone for like an hour to charge my phone. Because I can't plug it in like I can. What I need to do is bring an extension cord up there uh, with like a power strip, right? Uh, yeah, that was what the problem kept being was that my battery kept dying. I think at one point I might have lost my internet connection, but I think for the most part it was like my battery just kept because I think over the whole night I was online from my first live was 2.5 hours. And then my second one, so that was from like 7 to like 9:30, draining my battery, right? And that drained it all the way. Took an hour break or something. Came back an hour. Anyways, I think the bigger problem was that my battery was kept losing its charge. And I couldn't get the block charger to charge it while it was on the tripod. And it's just like, I can't sit there and just hold my phone. That that would drive me nuts. That would absolutely drive me nuts. I have to have it on. I need to get a decent tripod. So you were using he mentioned there was a place, and I remember the name of it, so it must have happened. Great, I wanna remember the history, but for sure 2000, it was and this is why I'm like, "Oh my god, I don't think I can post that video." Because I listened to the beginning of I don't know whether it was the second one or the third one, but I was sounding really, like, woozy. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's embarrassing." I don't know if I can do I don't know if I should post that. That's not a good it's not a good look. But it was fun. I'll say that. I mean, I loved the whole competition idea. That was, like, really fun. I was down for it for sure, 100%. Even though I lost, and I totally accept and resign to the loss. He mentioned where that place is, and I remember the name of it, so it must have happened. I do not recall that at all, because honestly, if somebody had said where I was, I would have been like, "Whoop, whoop." I would have been upset. I would have really, that would have alerted me. I would have been alerted. And that night I was not alerted. It wasn't until like the next day and somebody was sending weird text and weird emails. And it was only a few weird emails and they weren't really, really specific, but they were kind of saying things that were like, what? Like the person might have been there watching it and been like making guesses. And that's why I wasn't immediately like totally concerned because the person kind of could have been making guesses at like where I was, not specifically where my cabin was. No, I don't think that would be really hard because I'm like gravel road, then dirt road, then dirt road, then dirt road. It's like it's pretty lost in the woods. I mean, we were using code that night, so no one would bother her. Don't post it. It was a few weeks before. Right. I can, you know what I can do is I can wait like a few weeks and then post it because nobody will remember what night is what because they all start looking the same. Believe me, I've looked at a lot of my old videos and I'm like, dang, they all start looking the same after a it was a few weeks before. Oh, a few weeks before. Okay. I gotcha. The third one is where it got did it get did it get spicy? Okay, because I have it on my phone. It's in YouTube. I just have the last 2 videos. I posted the first one, which is basically early on in the night, and it was nothing. I don't even think it was nothing, 2.5, it was long, it was a long one. And then when I decided to come back was when things started getting a little more, like, fun, let's have some fun here. And then the 3rd one, yeah, that spicy, I guess, would be the way. I don't know with the spicy thing. I might have to look at it. It was not last Friday's live. Oh, okay, David, gotcha. And you did, it was weeks before. Oh, okay, gotcha. Spicy. Yeah, I think I remember what on Friday was I like dancing around and like shaking my stuff around. I might have been. I might. Sounds like it could have been me. So how the heck do I know where your cabin is? I mean the general area if this guy hadn't mentioned it. Well, you don't know where it is. You don't know where it is. Nobody knows where it is but me. Nobody knows where it is. And if somebody finds it, for God's sakes, I will find a way to get a pew pew and make sure they don't hurt me. It was in the email that I sent you with the competition. Oh no, I know that. Yeah, no, I knew that. 2800. I remembered that even when I the next day I saw your believe me, I didn't look at the emails even that night. I looked at them the next morning and I was like, "Oh, my head." Um, but yeah, yeah, no, I knew that that was the bargaining thing, and that's why I was so like, "Oh no, I gotta win this." And then I realized I was up against you guys are a lot tougher than I am. I mean the name of the town. Yeah, I understand, David. I understand. But nobody has ever mentioned where I am in any live, ever, other than being in, like, here I'm in California, I'm in San Diego, and when I'm in the mountains, nobody has ever mentioned my location in it, ever, ever. Believe me, it would be like, "Doink," red flag, like, "Uh-oh, what am I gonna do? That's not good." Better be careful. But I've been pretty careful about, you know, what I show and what I will talk about. And if somebody's that determined to come and get me, good luck. Nah, I don't really mean that. Uh, I name the town. I know, you guys. I know. Cabin in the woods is hard to find. Yes, straight up, it really is. And if you don't, because if you look at them again, if you go back to the maps of California and you look at like how many mountain ranges there are in Southern California, it's like, oh, that's a lot of area. There are, how many 100,000 miles of mountain range and where they are near towns. And because we've got skiing areas, we've got water skiing, snow skiing areas, water skiing areas, we've got hiking areas, we've got backpacking areas, we've got uh, rock climbing, we've got, family relaxation spot. We got everything around here. Yeah, Dove. Hi, how are you? Needle in a haystack. I think so. I mean, 20, I really think so. So I'm trying to help you pinpoint this guy. Nah, we're okay. I think we're okay. The only reason I even brought it up was I don't even know why I brought it up. I was just talking about why did I um, come home like earlier today than I normally do. It was more because of my sister, but that was part of it. It was in my head. I'm just like, I just want to get out of here. I need to like shake this off, right? Just trying to. And once I got on the road and got driving home, I was like, yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. No, that's not going to happen. He sent the email. And so she has his anything happens, they know where to go. Right. Yeah, I think so. And it's kind of like um the trolls. When the trolls come on, and they say their little meh, 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 they're just looking for some attention or they're just whatever it is. It's not like they're actually have any ability to um, what are they gonna do? I'm on the internet. Like everybody's on the internet. The weird thing, and another thing, when I was coming home today, I'm like 2 blocks from home after a 3-hour drive home, right? 2 blocks from home. I'm almost here, and I'm sitting at a light waiting for the light to change. And I thought to myself, you know, I am surrounded by cars right now because I'm back in the city, back at the beach where there's like tons of people everywhere. People waiting in lines to turn off to go to the beach and they're doing all these things. And I'm like, I am surrounded by people. What would make me more interesting than anyone else with these? Well, I don't feel unsafe, weirdly. And usually the city would be less safe than the mountains. I feel much more safe in the mountains. Yeah, the electronic footprint. Yes, 2800, correct. So why do I know the name of the town where your cabin is if I didn't see it mentioned by a chat member? But okay, I can let it go. If you know the name of the town is, email it to me, David. Because if you know it, that means somehow hello, I'm back from dinner. Hi, Tomcat. How are you? What's up? I think we need to let that whole conversation go anyways. Chef salad. Ooh, that sounds healthy and really good. Kind of like what I had on Friday night. Nice. I had pan. What am I gonna have? I'm gonna have because I missed having scrambled eggs the last 2 nights, and I have an avocado. So scrambled eggs with an avocado and cheese. So much protein, so much healthy fat, so much good stuff. It'll be good for me. And that'll be good for a Sunday night, I think. I think so. I think so. Okay. All right. Eggs with avocados. It's really good. For me, it's really good. And a little cheese on it, a little salt and pepper, and that's a good meal. Now I'm getting hungry. Okay, you guys, I am going to finally call it a night. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I love you guys. You guys are a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. How do you prepare avocado with your eggs? Um, I scramble the eggs first, kind of runny, and then I just cut the avocado in half, pull it open, and I will squeeze the avocado out of the skin straight onto the avocado. I pull the pit out the other side, and then I just squeeze the avocado out of the skin. That's how I've always done it. And we have avocados everywhere here in Southern California. So, yep. And so it's just an entire avocado on top of a bunch of eggs. Like I'll probably do 4 eggs. It's a lot of food. It's a lot of calories, but it's really, really good. No carbs, no sugar, no processed food. So it's still like keto friendly.
but I'm not doing keto really anymore. Okay, well, have a good night, Chacha. Enjoy your dinner. See you on the next live.
I will see you guys. Yes. I love you. I love you. See you next time. Bye bye.